Parshas Perkudei, Tavshin Daled. So this week we're not able to make it to our normal venue. So once again, we are doing it for good reason. We're doing a remote recording of the Shiur this week. And this week is Parshas Perkudei, Shabbos Chazak. We're here again, Chazak. Parshas Shalom this week. So it's a very, very big week all around. Very exciting time. A lot of things to learn, a lot of things to talk about. But we'll try to be brief and just pack everything in. Pasuk says in this week's Parsha, Parshas Perkudei, B'yoim hachodesh harishon, on the first day of the first month, B'yoim hachodesh harishon be'echad hachodesh, Tokim es mishkan oil moed. The culmination, finally, after all these weeks that we've been talking about, the instruction, how to make the Mishkan, to do the Mishkan, what the Mishkan should consist of, the Kalim, all the different specifics, things that need to be done for the Mishkan, and finally we're here. The Pasuk says, B'yoim hachodesh harishon be'echad lachodesh. Tokim es mishkan oil moed. That's what happens on this day, first day of Nisan. So the Mefarshim speak about this pasuk really, and seemingly the word b'yoim is extra in the pasuk. The pasuk could have just said b'chodesh harishon. Why b'yoim in the day of the chodesh harishon? Seemingly the pasuk says a little bit later in the pasuk that it's the first day of the month. What's b'yoim hachodesh harishon? Chazal tell us, Gemara, Masechta Shabbos, Daf Pei Zayin Amid Beis, that on that day, Oisai Hayoim, on that day, the first day of the Mishkan, that Eser Atorois were given to that day. There were 10 crowns, and then the Gemara lists them off. What were those 10 crowns? The first one, the Gemara says, Rishon L'maseh V'reishis. Rishon L'maseh V'reishis. What does that mean? We're going to discuss that. It was also the Rishon L'Nesiyim, Rishon L'Kehuna, Rishon L'Avoida, and so on and so on. 10 different things that particular day was crowned with. So l'chayra, what does this mean? The first thing that we just mentioned, Rishon L'maseh V'reishis. What does that have to do with the other 9 things that are mentioned? On the first day that the Mishkan was put up, consecrated, used, done, what does Rishon L'maseh V'reishis have to do with that? Rishon L'maseh V'reishis happened approximately 2,000 years before then. So the first day of the Mishkan is Rishon L'maseh V'reishis. What does it have to do with that? Rishon L'maseh V'reishis happened on a different type of Yom Rishon. It happened on a Sunday. We know the first day of Brias Ha'olam, the first day Sheshis made Bereshis, the first day was Sunday. That was the Yom Rishon. What does it have to do with the first day of the Mishkan? Not the first day of the Mishkan that we're speaking about here in the Parsha. We can't imagine what it might have to do with that. And why is it counted in the Gemara with the other 9 things that were special for that day? We also need to understand the Maimer Chazal, the Gemara Masechta Megillah, Daf Yud Amud Beis says that on the day of Hakamas HaMishkan, the day that the Mishkan was put up, there was a simcha, a happiness, a simcha lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And how big was that simcha? What was it? Ki yoim shenivru v'oi shamayim v'aretz. The first day of the Mishkan was so big that it was such a big simcha, like the day that shamayim and aretz were created. And how do we understand that? So too, the Nesivos Shalom brings down that there's also a Psikta Rabasi that says on the Pasuk of Vayar Moshe's Kol HaMalacha V'hinei Asu Oisa. Moshe Rabbeinu saw all HaMalacha, the Malacha. That hay is telling us something, not just any Malacha. Moshe Rabbeinu saw HaMalacha, the work. The hay idea, the hay is telling us a specific thing. Moshe Rabbeinu saw HaMalacha, the work. It refers, Zok the Psikta Rabasi, it refers to the Malacha of Meleches Shamayim V'aretz. Once again, creation is coming in here. Meleches Shamayim V'aretz. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu saw when it was all done. What is the explanation to all of this? The Gemara says in Bracha, in Masechta Brachas, Daf Nun Hey Amud Aleph, that Yoidea Hoya B'Tzalel, B'Tzalel, the one who actually did the construction of the Mishkan, Yoidea Hoya B'Tzalel, B'Tzalel, he was very great, obviously he was a good builder. Yoidea Hoya B'Tzalel, Etzaref Oisiyos, Shenivru Bahem Shemayim Va'aretz. What was great about B'Tzalel? The Gemara is telling us. Gemara is telling us that B'Tzalel knew how to be, these Kabbalah kind of things maybe, that B'Tzalel knew how to put together, be mitzaref, the oisius with which Shemayim and Aretz were built. So, if you ask me, I'll tell you why did B'Tzalel, when we needed somebody who was very good here in building and construction, why did B'Tzalel need that skill, the skill of knowing Kabbalah, all the oisius, Shemayim and Aretz, in order to build the Mishkan? So Nesivos Shalom over here once again speaks about this Yisoid from the Medrash, Tanchuma, and PARSHA B'Chukoisai, which we've mentioned on numerous occasions, that the commandment to build the Mishkan was for the reason of Hashem wanting a place to dwell on this world. And that, Zot, the Nesivos Shalom, and he brings from a few different places, and that was the entire purpose of creation. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world for this purpose. I'm creating the world because Kaviyachal, Hashem is saying, I want a place to live on this world, to make a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So really what does come out of this whole thing is that at the actual time of creation, at the actual time of Brias HaOlam, the Tachlis, the reason why there was a world, the reason there was a Bria, was not yet fulfilled. If Rabbeinu Shalom created the world, that he should have a place to live, so when Rabbeinu Shalom finished creating the world by Sheshes Mei Bereshis, the whole Tachlis, the whole purpose, was not fulfilled yet. When was it fulfilled? It was only fulfilled on the day that the Mishkan went up. On that day, that is when the Tachlis of the Bria was fulfilled. And it's for that reason there was a Simcha Gedoyla for Rabbeinu Shalom. The Simcha Gedoyla that we said was just like Bria Shemayim Va'aretz. Of course, it was exactly the same Simcha, because now it was finally complete. When we made a Mishkan, that's when the Bria, that's when the Sheshes Yemei Bereshis, the creation was complete. Now listen to this beautiful, unbelievable pshat that Nesivos Shalom says. He says, by the Maisa HaMishkan here in Parshas Perkudei, the Torah writes, Ka'asher tziva Hashem es Moshe, about 18 times, and Nesivos Shalom says. It says, keeps on saying, Ka'asher tziva Hashem es Moshe. Just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything was done, just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded Moshe to do. The Medrash Tanchuma says, over here in this parsha, that at the time HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe to build a Mishkan, Moshe Rabbeinu said, Rabbeinu Shalom, Eini Yodea Lahamidai. I don't know how to put it up. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do. So you know what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu? Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, you know what, Moshe Rabbeinu? You just go through the motions, and it will go up on its own. You make like you're doing it, you go through the motions, and it's going to go up on its own. And Rabbeinu Shalom told Moshe Rabbeinu, I will still write in the Torah, Vayokom Moshe es HaMishkan. You go through the motions, I'll do it for you, and I'm still going to write in the Torah that you do it, that you did it. From all these Ka'asher Tzivo Hashem es Moshe, we have this hint, the Torah is hinting to us, yes, Moshe Rabbeinu was going through the motion of doing it, but it was all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It was like a continuation, just like the Maisa Bereshis was HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So here, it was the putting up of the Mishkan was just like Bria Shemayim Va'aretz, all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this began on the first day of creation. And now, just like the Bria happened with the Dibur Hashem, so too the culmination of the Bria now by the Mishkan happened with the Dibur Hashem. It was all Ka'asher Tziva Hashem es Moshe. All from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, just like Bidvar Hashem, Shamayim Nasu. And that is also why B'Tzalel had to know the Tzira for Oisius that were used for Maisa Bereshis. Because the building of the Mishkan and the starting of the Mishkan was a continuation of Maisa Bereshis. It was the whole purpose of Maisa Bereshis, to have a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world. And that is why also the Pasuk adds Biyoim. We want to know why that we had to say a word of Biyoim. Biyoim HaChodesh HaRishon. Because it's that day we're talking about. Biyoim is not just referring to the first day of Nisan, Zok and Nesivos Shalom. It's talking about Biyoim, that same day, Biyoim Arishain, Sunday. Just like the world was started to be created on Sunday, it continued all the way today until the Hakamas HaMishkan. And now, on that day too, the world was created. The world was complete. So Rishon L'maisa Bereshis is one of the 10 things. You want to know why does the Gemara say Rishon L'maisa Bereshis? How does that come into the Mishkan? Rishon L'maisa Bereshis is because on that day, Taka, that's when the creation of the world was finished. And just a lesson to take out of this, we see how the Rebbeinu Shalom created the entire world just to have a place to live. And like we've mentioned from the Nesivos Shalom many times, that our homes today, we don't have a Beis HaMikdash, unfortunately. Our homes are what's left. We, each one of us, has to build our home, our place, our life, our place of work, our children, whatever we have, whatever is our house, whatever is our home, we have to make a place and build a place for Rebbeinu Shalom, because that's why the world was created. And we're doing HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will. We're doing exactly what Hashem wants. We're making a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let us have chazak, v'nis chazek. Let's take these lessons that we learned in the entire Chumash Shemos. Let them strengthen us and let us be strengthened. Let us go, mechayel el let us grow and let us understand that our job is to make a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. PARSHA Shkolim, also, let us cash in on this. How do you like that? PARSHA Shkolim, let's use all these lessons and Taka build a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our own homes.